What if I told you there's a financial principle that can turn small amounts of money into a fortune over time? Or quietly drain your wealth if you ignore it? That principle is compound interest, and it's one of the most powerful forces in personal finance. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it works, how to use it to your advantage, and how to avoid costly mistakes. Let's begin with the basics. What exactly is compound interest? Compound interest is the process by which interest is calculated not just on the initial amount of money, the principal, but also on the interest that has been added over time. This means that your interest earns interest, creating a snowball effect that can significantly grow your money or your debt over time. To put it simply, compound interest is interest on interest. So, why is compound interest considered one of the most powerful forces in finance? The key is time. The longer your money is invested or saved, the more time it has to grow, thanks to compound interest. Let's look at an example. Imagine you invest $1,000 at an annual interest rate of 5%, compounded yearly. After 1 year, you earn $50 in interest, giving you $1,050. In the second year, you don't just earn interest on the original $1,000, but on the $1,050. This time, you earn $52.50, bringing your total to $1,102.50. The key takeaway here is that over time, the compounding effect becomes more pronounced. The more frequently interest is compounded, whether daily, monthly, or annually, the faster your money grows. Now, you might be wondering how compound interest differs from simple interest. Simple interest is calculated only on the original principal amount. For example, if you have $1,000 invested at a 5% interest rate for 5 years, with simple interest, you'd earn $50 each year. At the end of 5 years, you'd have $1,250. Your original $1,000 plus $250 in interest. But with compound interest, the interest you earn in each period gets added to the principal, and you continue earning interest on the new total. In the same 5-year period, with compound interest, you would end up with more than $1,250, because the interest is calculated on the growing balance. While simple interest gives you a steady return, compound interest grows exponentially over time. Segment 4. Factors that impact compound interest. There are 3 key factors that determine how much you can earn, or owe, through compound interest. First, the interest rate. The higher the interest rate, the faster your money grows. A small difference in interest rates can have a huge impact over time. For example, a 5% rate will grow your money more than a 3% rate in the long run. Second, the time horizon. Time is your best friend when it comes to compound interest. The longer your money stays invested or saved, the more time it has to compound. This is why starting early is critical. Even small investments made over a long period can lead to substantial returns. Third, the frequency of compounding. How often interest is compounded matters too. The more frequently interest is compounded, whether daily, monthly, quarterly, or annually, the more you'll earn. For example, daily compounding will generate more interest over time than annual compounding. Segment 5. The Rule of 72. One of the easiest ways to estimate how long it will take for your investment to double using compound interest is the Rule of 72. Here's how it works. You take the number 72 and divide it by your annual interest rate. The result is the approximate number of years it will take for your money to double. For instance, if you're earning 6% interest per year, 72 divided by 6 equals 12. So it will take roughly 12 years for your money to double. This simple formula gives you a quick way to understand how compound interest can grow your investments over time. Segment 6. using compound interest to your advantage. So, how can you use compound interest to your advantage? Here are a few practical tips. First, start early. The earlier you start investing or saving, the more time your money has to compound. Even small contributions made early can grow into significant amounts over the long term. This is why saving for retirement or other long-term goals should begin as soon as possible. Second, invest consistently. Make regular contributions to your savings or investment accounts. With compound interest, consistency is key. The more frequently you contribute, the more interest you'll earn over time. This can turn small, regular investments into large sums down the road. Third, reinvest your earnings. When you earn interest, dividends, or capital gains, reinvest them instead of spending them. This way, your earnings start to generate even more earnings, accelerating the compounding process. And finally, be aware of high-interest debt. Compound interest isn't always a good thing, especially when it comes to debt. Credit card debt, for example, can quickly spiral out of control if left unpaid because of compound interest. Always aim to pay off high-interest debt as quickly as possible to avoid getting trapped in a cycle of compounding interest working against you. And that's a wrap on today's episode about understanding compound interest. To sum up, compound interest can be a powerful ally in building wealth, but it can also work against you if you're dealing with high-interest debt. The key is understanding how it works and using it to your advantage by starting early, investing consistently, and reinvesting your earnings. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Until next time, happy saving and investing.